Faith, decency, reliability, respect, dignity, honor. These are all qualities that my mother not only embodied, but practiced every day during her time here on earth. She was committed and a godly woman. She never missed an opportunity to share her strong belief and the love of the Lord. For those of you who may not know, I lost my cherished son, Nicky, Babsie's grandson, to cancer. During my experience of caring for my mother in her time, these last few years, I recall her telling me, "Michelle, I could never shine your shoes," in reference to my journey of being at my son's side and ultimately losing him. He is the love of my life, and my mother loved him deeply as well. Her grandchildren meant everything to her. They were her lifeline. My daughter Bianca, Nicky, and her 3 great-grandchildren were the center of her world. What my mom didn't know is that I gained my resiliency and strength from her. My mom raised me on her own. I saw what real grit and character looks like. She worked for the state for over 4 decades, creating a life she was proud of. I define my mother as a pillar of her community. She would have given her last dime to a friend in need and spent the majority of her time inside the walls of this very church, serving a purpose that gave her so much joy. In a world where loyalty is few and far between, my mom was unwavering to her circle, a tried and true example of what it means to be a devout Catholic. I always admired my mother, her way of lighting up a room. She would have been 85 years old this past Sunday. Or in her words, "I've been here for 88 years." But if you knew her, you knew her life and the party that she loved to have despite her age. Babsie was a sharp dresser, and her style goes unmatched. Her pure bliss was spending time with her family and friends. She could never turn down a chance to sing her heart out or get on the dance floor. My mom was unapologetically her authentic self, and I can only hope to have half the amount of energy and the zest she had for life when I get to be in her age up there. When I moved downstate and got intertwined with a family and life of my own, I began to understand my mother in a new way. I now understand what it means to be a parent in a world that can be so fast-changing and challenging at times. I now understand what a special soul it takes to remain so steadfast in her faith. I now understand the highs and the lows my mother and I experienced, and I appreciate that we were able to end up on top together in the end. Babs was a straightforward woman who asked for nothing from those around her but gave everything. I spent these last 7 years as her caregiver, and although it was sometimes difficult, I would not change a beat. The precious moments I was able to enjoy with her was the world, and it meant the world to me. Her life was worth every single minute of my time, and I would do it all over again. On April 13th, the day after Easter, one of her many favorite holy holidays, she transitioned into light. Shortly thereafter, a white mist was shown above her body, rising away. I witnessed it. I also witnessed a red cardinal appear at her windowsill just outside her window, flying all over the family trees around the property. Babs was finally at eternal peace with her grandson Nicky and my brother Jude. I would miss her sassy spirit coming through the door. Honey, I'm home. Our trips to the Jersey Shore, where my mom would prance around Atlantic City making silly comments about the fancy outlet shops. For all of you who knew my mom, you knew that material things meant nothing to her. Family, friends, and experiences are what her life was all about. She was a sucker for sending cards, and if you were one of the lucky ones, one of those friends, you were probably lucky enough to receive plenty of cards. She was always on the go. She certainly kept busy. Keeping busy, doing meaningful work, volunteering, is what kept her going this long. Up until the decline of her health, my mother's quality of life was wonderful. If I were able to speak to my mom at this very moment, I would thank her. I'd thank her for the countless weekends she spent in the hospital with Nicky during chemo, instilling her strength and humility into me, and showing all of us that love has no bounds. As we gather here today to remember and commemorate her life, let us say farewell. Farewell to Babsie, as we mourn the loss, but also celebrate a lively, dignified soul. A soul that brought light and fulfillment to many, and whose legacy will live on forever. 85 years, don't they go by?